Hey guys, it's Matt with Meat Church and welcome back to my outdoor kitchen. Today we're gonna be making shotgun shells. All right, guys, well, football season is upon us. You know we are huge tailgaters. This is an amazing tailgate item. And plus, I'm sure you've been seeing shotgun shells all over the internet. They've been super popular this summer. We've been making them all summer. We've made them lots of different ways, and I think we've kind of got what we like down pat, so we thought we would show that to you guys. There's tons of latitude in this. You can change the flavors up and kind of make it however you want to make it. But we made these this summer at our beach house. We had 3 families over, and they were an appetizer cut up. And before I could even get to the main course, all the big dudes at the house were hovering over them, eating them all, and they were gone instantly. And so at that moment I said, when I get back to Texas in the outdoor kitchen, we're gonna make that version because it's super easy. So let's jump right into this. I'm gonna pop on the brand new Meat Church custom Headley and Bennett apron. Don't wanna get too dirty out here. Glad to be back here in Texas shooting videos. It's been a minute. So let's jump in to these. This is gonna be like really straightforward, really easy, to be honest with you. So get a big mixing bowl. Throw some gloves on because we're gonna be mixing some meat up. So what is a shotgun shell? I mean, it's an uncooked manicotti shell stuffed with whatever you wanna stuff it with. It's gonna be wrapped in bacon, seasoned, and it's gonna be smoked. Very simple. So simple you may not even need a video, but there's a few key points that I want to share with you guys that'll help you nail these so you don't waste your time and you don't end up with a tough bite. Starting out with 1 pound of hamburger meat. I'm going 1 pound of 90-10 hamburger meat. I'm going a little less fat because I don't want a bunch of fat running out. And then I'm going with 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage. So went to my local H-E-B and bought a package of 5 links of sweet Italian sausage, cut the casings open, and pulled the sausage out. My thought here was, let's balance the meat with a sweeter meat. I make a lot of like bacon explosions, breakfast fatties, and when you have something that's just pure meat, it like eating like a bunch of pepperoni, it can be a strong bite. So this is where you have the latitude to mix this however you want to mix it. I'm going in with 8 ounces of cheese. You can use whatever you want. This is farm style thick cut. I like that for the texture in this. I've used small, I've used thick. I prefer this. You can kind of see it in the mix. And this is like Colby Jack and cheddar. You know, I've used all sorts of stuff. You can't tell a huge difference, so just use whatever you like. This is optional. That's good enough. Mix it up, stuff the shells. It's hatch season right now, and this is something my family enjoys. So we're just gonna we're gonna dice up, you know, a little bit of hatch chilies to mix in. Now here you could put in anything. You could put cream cheese in. You could put, you know, other sorts of roasted vegetables. These are hatch chilies that I have roasted. I've pulled the skins off, and I'm just kind of dicing them up here just a little bit. I know you won't be able to get these year round, so again, this is optional. You don't have to do this step. But we're in Texas. We love, you know, Southwest flavors. This is not hot, and so my entire family loves this. All right, let's just mix this up. There we go. We've got our mixture all in here. You could add seasoning right here. We're going to season the outside, so I don't think it's necessary. From here, the process is, you know, very simple. You're just going to stuff these shells. And I honestly, I think it's easiest to do this by hand. I've made these about, I don't know, a dozen times this summer, and I think this is easiest. Plus, I can't wait for you to get down in the comments and tell me, all the experts, let me know how I should be using a piping bag. If you use a piping bag, you know, you've got to get this meat all the way down in the shell. Like, this is more fun than prom night. You stuff it however you want to stuff it. Make sure the meat is all the way to the end and they are completely stuffed. All right, I'm just gonna build a couple on camera so you guys don't have to wait. So from here, you're gonna wrap it in bacon. I use regular bacon. You guys watch our various videos and know that I just think it crisps up better than thick bacon. Take pride in how you wrap your bacon. I've seen some other people doing this and they're just all over the map, but I just lightly overlap each piece. And it just takes one piece. The key here is the bite on these ultimately is going to be great where it's covered in bacon. Where the shell sticks out, it can be a little bit tough. So try to cover it as much as possible. And from here, we're going to season them, and we're going to talk about how are we going to cook these things. So we're going to go with a sweeter rub, and we're also going with a sweet sauce at the end. If you guys are fans of this channel, you know that I like to think about the entire cook, like what's the flavor profile of what we stuffed in it, what are we gonna season it, what are we gonna sauce it with, and so again, we're kind of balancing all that meat with some sweeter flavors here. So I'm gonna use our OG honey hog rub, one of our most popular rubs. It's just a great sweet profile. It's an all-purpose rub with a little bit of honey powder, probably our most popular all-time rub. Now, from here, you've got to go put these in the fridge. You've got to let them sit for a little while. Let me talk about that. You've got to take these, you've got to put them in your fridge for 4 hours to soften up that shell. And here's the difference in the Meat Church channel and a lot of other people out there. We're not out here watching other people's videos and just mimicking it because we know how to make a video and telling you that. We're coming from a place of experience. I mentioned we'd cook these all summer. We've actually tested this at all sorts of stages. We have wrapped these raw shells and cooked them immediately. We have let them sit for 1 hour in the fridge. We've let them sit for 2 hours in the fridge, for 3 hours in the fridge. All those, the shell ends up being too tough. The 3 hour mark, it's edible, but there's a little chew. But let me tell you about sitting them in the fridge for 4 hours. When I made them this summer, my wife, who's my biggest critic, said, my only complaint is you can't taste the pasta. And I said, perfect, you're not supposed to. It's a carrier for the meat. So 4 hours is the mark. Also, I like to prep for tailgates the night before. So these are gonna sit in the fridge all night. It's at least 4 hours. It isn't gonna hurt it to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So prep these again the night before. You could probably parboil them if you want, but again, this method works great for me because I'll let them sit all night. I'm gonna finish the rest of these and I'm gonna take them to the fridge, and we got some more that have been waiting on you, so I'll see you back in a minute. All right, these have been in the fridge for 4 hours, so we're ready to go. So let's talk about the cook. Super simple. We're rocking a Traeger Timberline XL with Meat Church pellets at 300 degrees. We've tested lower. You can get there that way, but we've tested hotter. 325, the bacon ends up too crispy before the shell's done. So I think 300 is the right number for me. So these are really easy. You could use an instant read and tempt them, but trust me, in an hour, the ground meat inside is going to be north of 165. In fact, it's going to be quite a bit higher than that, and that's okay. So in we go. We're not going to do anything. After 1 hour, we're going to baste with a sweet barbecue sauce or glaze or so. So we'll see you guys back here in 1 hour when it's time to glaze. It's been exactly 1 hour. We've not touched these. I'm going to grab one to show you a look here. Ooh, stuck to the rack. And you can see the bacon's perfectly cooked. These are good to go. So I've got a bottle of my buddy's sauce, Meat Mitch Naked. It's a sweet sauce. It's one of my favorite sweet sauces. So we put some in about 10 minutes ago in a pot to warm up. I'm just gonna glaze these. You're gonna leave the glaze on just long enough to tack up, 5, 10 minutes, whatever you like. And I've got insulated gloves on here. I'm not Superman. I'm gonna paint these with sauce, and I'm gonna let that sauce tack up for 5, 10 minutes. All right, guys, it's been 10 minutes. The sauce should be nice and tacked up. Man, those look awesome. They smell awesome. We got to let them cool off. So let's give these, 15 minutes or so, and I'll be back and we'll give them a bite. All right, guys, they've cooled. Let's jump in, see how we did. All right, got the old Messermeister chef knife. I like to serve these at a party in just little bites like this. Toothpick them, kind of set them out. You can see in there what they look like. So you can kind of squeeze it and see, you know, it's nice and tender now. So I know it's gonna be good. I feel like you should pair this with a Fort Worth craft beer. Why not? All right, see how we did. Tender. Nailed it. You may or may not watch this during hatch season, but that added a great element. This is a super meaty version, like I said. You could have added a lot of cream cheese or something if you don't like that much, but this is very hearty. I know I say that a lot, but if you serve that at a party, it's gonna go a long way. You've got the hamburger meat, the mild Italian sausage, so it's not too strong, the sweetness of the honey hog, the meat Mitch naked, womp would have been good too, but we just, you know, again, balanced out all that meat with the sweetness around it, perfectly cooked bacon, easy. This is going in our tailgate playlist. We'll put a card up here for that. Lots of little appetizer tailgate videos in there. There'll be more coming out this fall. See you guys next week.